to Odatafeed using Power BI. So now I'm going to open Power BI. In Odatafeed, we have some public data for students to learn from practicing from that data set. Here my Power BI is opening. First you have to close this and then go to Odatafeed. And from there you have to click More. And here we have to type Odatafeed. So here I am seeing Odatafeed, then click Connect. So when you click Connect, it will give you a URL. This is the URL which I will be putting it in my description box so that you can copy and paste this link to your Odatafeed URL. As soon as you give the URL number, it will show you all the tables that this public data has. But today we are going to work only on 5 tables of this data, and from there we will go on. Before, there are 2 ways. First, let me start with categories. If I click here, it will just open data for us to view. But if you want to load or transform data, here you have to click in the square box. So we are going to load some of the tables which we need to do practice study of how to load data in from using Odatafeed. So now I have clicked categories. Next I am going to click customer, and then order details, and then orders, then product. Where is product? Product. So we are going to find this. If we are practicing, we can directly load or we can transfer data from here only. The best practice is to click transform data and start to working, cleaning, massaging, munging, whatever you call it, cleaning the data that you have. Today, I'm not going to click transform data because I want you to teach you how to work from different ways. Transform data also most of the people prefer, but today I will click load. It will take some time to load this data. Okay, as soon as I load this data in my Power BI, I will be going here. This is the tab where you go to transform data. It will take me to Power Query Editor, or there are 2 ways of going to this site, or we can click as soon as the table comes here, Edit Query. So here I have all the tables, 5 tables which I loaded from Odatafeed. I can click here and go to transform data, or if I want to transform, I can go from here also, edit query. Both out of 2, any method will work. Edit query will take me to the Power Query Editor. The best practice is transform data. I'm going to click transform data. So here I am coming to this is Power Query Editor. This is where we clean our data. Right now I have categories and I have to check my categories table now. I have category ID, category name, description, picture, product. Let me go there. Picture and product. What is this? I have a table named picture and products, which looks is not important. I'm going to delete this, click it and click remove. And as soon as I click remove, there is applied steps. This has come. Removed column. For your future reference, I suggest you rename this. Removed P-I-C-T-U-R picture COLUMN. So why I'm doing this is so that we know what actually we did here. Because after 6 months, if you come back to your own data, you might not remember what you did here if it is not descriptive. So my students, if you edit this so that you are descriptive about what you did, it will be good for you in future. So here again I have product. This looks like unwanted, so I'm going to click remove. As soon as I remove, now I have 3 columns, all looks good, everything is nice. And now I'm going to close and apply. So I cleaned categories table. I'm going to click, close and apply. So here now it is showing applying changes. So again I'm going to go to transform data. Since I have already cleaned my categories, now I will click customer. And now here let me see what is this. Customer ID, company name, contact title, everything looks good. Address, city, region. So here region, I have too many null columns. I have to work on that. Postal code, country, phone, and fax and orders. So here again I see a table which I don't think I might need it in future. So I'm going to click this and remove orders table. So here I'm going to edit for your future reference. Where is rename? What removed REMOVED. Okay, we can close. Okay, whatever steps you took, you can delete here by clicking this. Okay, I'm going to remove orders table. Remove. Rename. REMOVED. Removed orders COLUMN. For your future reference, I'm doing. Again, I'm going to remove. Oh, okay. That. So this I'm not going to do everything because you know what you are expected for your future reference. Just be descriptive. So even if you check out after 6 months, you should know what you did, or if someone else checks your work, they should have a descriptive expression here so that they know what actually was done. So now students, here we have so many nulls. So I want to change this null to NA, that is not applicable. And I see some nulls here also which I want to change. And here, suppose I want to see how many columns in this table is blank. There is an easy way in Power BI to find out how many null columns null values are there in the column. So how do we do? We have to check the color, or maybe click here. No, sorry, not here. Okay. Okay. So this color, when I go on the line. Okay, I went to shit. What I did? God, what I did? Okay. So this color, when you put your cursor on the, where is it? See, here we have 91% valid data, 0% empties, and the color is fully good. But here, let me show you here where we have problems. So many nulls are there. Let me see how many nulls are there in this. So we have 34% valid, and we have 60% empty data, that is null. So here we can recognize how if we are going to check every column. So here let me see how many we do see some null values here. If you go, oh, I am not getting that. Okay, so the color will tell. So I have 1% empty in this column. So we know that this column has 1% empty in this column. Suppose if we want to find out null values, if they are 40 or 50 columns, we can do that way also. Where is null? Okay, where is null? Where is null? No, you will be wasting too much of time in that. So instead of that, check the color of the line. So when you see a line, this null. So when there is a broken color, that means this column has lot of null value. And how are you going to correct it? Now this line, colored line, is called column profiling. Here can you see column profiling based on top 1000 rows. Here by default the Power BI has column profiling based on top 1000 rows. So this is the default. If you want, you can change this to column profiling based on entire data set, but that will need lot of work on your RAM. So by default 1000 has been based as column profiling. You can change if you want, but 1000 is enough for me now. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the RAM. So here, this is how you find out how many. We do see some null values here also. So let us work on that. Let us correct the null values here. And how are we going to do? So now this here first we have to check what kind of data we have. Here we are luckily having text data. ABC is a text data, so we have no problem. There are these many type of data types, that is decimal number, that is 1.2, where when you have a data with point values, then it is fixed decimal, whole number, percentage, date, time, duration, all this kind. Here now this I have text value, so I don't have to worry. So now what I'm going to do is replace value. I'm going to click replace value. So when I click replace value, you will see replace one value with another in the selected column. Here I'm going to type NULL. Replace null value with not applicable. Here student, you have to see, you have NULL, you have to write the way it is written here, just like that, same to same. You cannot write null in capitals or uppercase. Now you put OK. Now you will get all NA and all this. So this is how replaced value. Here I am going to rename replaced replaced to NA for your future reference why you did and what you did. So here also now you know how to do it. Replace values, null to not applicable. Okay, capital not applicable. So here you click OK. So now you have done your cleaning in this table. So now we are going to close and apply all the thing that you did on this table will be corrected and you will get a clean data for you to work on. So now after cleaning all this 5 data, you have to go to model view. Here you will see, okay, so here you see the relation. This is a relational database. Let me see. Okay, let me shift here. Okay, here. So here there is a relation between product and order details. You have to touch here. Here 2 columns are similar, that is product ID and product ID. Product ID from product table, product ID from order details. They are connected to each other, one to many. Let us see. Go to properties here. So here you will see that order details, product ID from order details and product ID from products table are interconnected, linked. They are related to each other. And here you will see many to single relationship. You can change if you want from many to one relation, one to many, many to many. You can have one active relationship in this section. So here we have one many to one relationship. That is okay. So for you to understand about it, I will show you. When you take your cursor here, you will see order details is related to order ID. Order details, order ID is related to orders order ID table. So now let us see the properties here. Let us go to properties and see here. Order details, order ID is connected to orders table, order ID. Here there is many to one relationship. As I said, if you want later on, you can make one to one, many to many, many to many as you want. But you can have one active relationship. Here you see single, both single relationship, and here I will show you. Here there is single relationship and this is many relationship. Single relationship, many relationship. Same here. I will show you here. When you take your cursor, you can see that orders table customer ID is related to customers table customer ID, and the relationship is many to one. So let us click here and click go to properties. So here you see orders table customer ID is related to customer table customer ID, and it is many to one relationship. So you can know what kind of relationship we have, and we have to link all the table to each other. Find out which column is common between these table and create a relationship to later on type DAX formula for this. So this is how you connect each table to each other. This is called relational data